The next step when looking at proportionality is to consider inverse proportionality. Now, inverse proportionality is not just looking at doing the equation the other way around, like swapping the letters around. It's got a different base to the equation. So this time what we're looking at is one of the amounts is increasing, the other amount is going to decrease. And here are some popular examples. They like to use things like light intensity and distance from an object. So if you have a light, the further away you move from that light, the less bright the light becomes. Similarly with sound volume and distance, the further you are from a sound source, the quieter it becomes. And finally, this one is often the easiest to understand, is journey time and speed, because the faster you're travelling, the shorter it's going to take, the less time it's going to take to complete a journey. So there's some examples that they use in exam questions, and as you can see, each time as one of the things increases, the other one's going to decrease. Now the way that we set this up, it's talking about proportionality again, so we're going to be talking about using proportional to, but this time whenever you see the word inversely, you have to be thinking 1 over. Alright, so let's have a look at an example. Now I've laid out the whole example for you. We'll work to the answer in a second. But you can see that G is inversely proportional to F. Given that G equals 3 when F equals 2, write an equation for G in terms of F. So, big difference this time. Our proportional to isn't G proportional to F, it's G is proportional to 1 over F. Exactly the same step next, we replace the proportional sign for an equals and a K, so that creates a situation where we've got K over F. We'll always get a K over an F, or a K over our second letter. Next bit, we just substitute the values in just like before. Solving's just as straightforward to get K equals 6. Then we just need to write out our final equation, which would be G equals 6 over F. So as you can see, it's very similar to directly proportional. You just have to remember that it's 1 over and not just equal to. Okay, so get this example copied down in your books, then have a go at the third section on the sheet.